All right, everyone. Welcome to another edition of KOIN Conversations. Todd Unger here, and I am so pleased today to be joined by Sean Fitzgerald, who's the ESCO Division President here in Portland. Sean, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate having me.
We were just talking a minute ago about ESCO, which is this company that's been here for more than 100 years,
Right.
hundreds of employees,
Right.
and yet sometimes I think people don't realize it's right here in Portland. Give me a little bit of the history about ESCO and what the company does.
Sure. So ESCO, as you mentioned, has been here for over 100 years. Founded in 1912. A lot of the start came from building chain and rigging for the logging industry. For the lumber
Okay,
industry.
sure.
And ESCO is an acronym that originally stood for Electric Steel Company. So it built a foundry here in Portland to support that industry. And over the decades, we moved primarily into mining and construction products. We have a foundry right here in northwest Portland, as well as our headquarters. We employ 2,500 people around the world. We're on 6 continents, with foundries on 3 of those continents. And we have about 250 people right here in Portland. A brand new headquarters on Thurman and 16th.
Yeah, we're looking at a 1937 circa photo here from way back in the day. So it kind of started out with logging, which obviously 100 years ago was the bread and butter here in the Pacific Northwest, and then really moved into mining, some other areas. When you say mines, I mean, you got South America, 6 continents,
You
pretty
got
much?
it. So, we our equipment, our components are supporting our customers in as you just mentioned, in South America, in Australia. If you've been in the vastness of Western Australia.
Yeah.
You can here in the United States, in Europe, in Africa. So truly all around the world, we have operations supporting our customers.
Yeah, and I'm just going through just a few different images here that you guys have. You yourself have been here in Portland how long now?
Just over 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
All right. And talk to me a little bit about what you've seen just being here on the ground, what it's like to work there, what you think about the city and the area.
Yeah. Portland's a beautiful city.
It is,
So my wife and I have really enjoyed. We live up in Irvington in the Northeast,
Uh-huh.
and really enjoy all the amenities of being so close to inside the city and being able to walk and see all the great things that Portland has to offer. She also loves the wine country, so it's nice to be in proximity to that. No, it's a beautiful city, and having ESCO right in the city, literally headquartered in the Northwest is
Right.
fantastic, because then for all of our employees, same thing. They get to enjoy all the amenities that Portland has to offer. And in addition to that, it's a great pool of talent for our company. We have over 50 engineers, as just an example, right here in Portland. They come from many schools, but a lot of them located right here in Oregon. We have a connection with Portland State University. I teach some classes there, and
Very cool.
I'm on the Business Advisory Council for their business school. If you go to Portland State, you'll see some names of old ESCO division presidents on their doors. So really strong connection with the local community. We support a lot of charities, again, because it's part of who we are and part of the community that our employees work. We like to give back to the area. So we've loved it here for the past two plus years that we've been in Portland. It's a beautiful place to live, lots to do, and it's a great place for our employees as well.
What is your sense on, and you could speak to this because you've been a businessman for a lot of years, but what's your sense on the business climate here in Portland? Obviously, it's struggled over the past few years. You guys, though, sound like you're pretty committed to staying in downtown. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. In fact, just recently we just moved into a brand new renovated headquarters that I just mentioned. So originally we were on Vaughan and 25th, and we were actually spread across a couple buildings. We had grown over the years to the point that we had a leased space in various buildings in the area, Montgomery Park and a few others.
Sure.
And we decided to consolidate everybody into one location. We worked really closely with the city. Prosper Portland was a great partner in this. The state of Oregon helped to make sure we found the right location. We renovated an old building that used to be part of the rail system on Thurman and 16th. It's beautiful. It's a 100-year-old building in and of itself, beautiful brick. And we renovated to now it's top-of-the-line technology in that facility. And now we can bring all our employees together. So Portland's just a great place, but it's really helped us not just anchor here, because this is where our heritage is, but again, it provides so much talent. As I mentioned, technical talent, but also all the business functions that we need. And it's a great place that we can travel out from to see our global business. So it's really been a great partnership.
Let's talk a little bit about your division of Weir now.
Yeah.
That happened a few years ago.
That's right.
So talk to me, what has that been like, you think, for employees and for the two companies?
Yeah. So Weir purchased ESCO in 2018.
Okay.
Weir is a company that's headquartered out of Glasgow, Scotland. They're on the London Stock Exchange. They're part of the FTSE 100. It's kind of like their Dow Jones, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a large company, and it's same idea. It's focused on technology.
Okay.
And it's focused on the mining space. And what we talk about when we're at Weir is mining technology for a sustainable future. And what that means is that we're focused on mining, but we're focused on it in a way to provide technology for the mining industry to have that sustainable future. And if you look at what we all need in our daily lives, your iPhones, your computers, your cars, the electrification that the world wants to move towards, our world literally needs to double the amount of copper in the next 25 years. Double the output of copper in the next 25 years to support all the electrification growth that the world wants to do. That doesn't, also you think about nickel, you think about gold, lithium. These are all needed for the lives that we have today and that we want to move to. We need to do that responsibly. Right? And one of the things we say a lot at Weir and in ESCO is we need to help the industry scale up and clean up. And that's where technology comes into play. How do we help our customers use less energy? How do we help our customers make less waste when they're producing their ores? How do we help our customers use water wisely? So in all these kind of ways, we can bring technology to play, and Weir has been doing that for 150 years. They're even older than ESCO, founded in the 1870s, as I mentioned, in the UK. And now with ESCO as part of that portfolio, we're a great part of that pillar of technology to bring to those mining customers.
Everyone, when they're talking about technology in the future, inevitably the conversation these days goes toward AI.
Sure.
Or is AI, what kind of role might that have? I imagine there would be some opportunities in this field.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, in a couple different ways.
Yeah.
So if one of the most, the easiest one to point to within Weir is a few years ago, ESCO purchased a company that's in Vancouver, British Columbia, called Motion Metrics.
Okay.
This is a technology that gives rugged visual technology to our customers, meaning these are cameras that are located on these large mining shovels, and they will monitor the equipment visually. And using artificial intelligence, it is able to learn the operations of each customer to provide real-time feedback into how to improve their efficiency, know when something's wrong with the equipment, and how to fix it. And it gets smarter all the time. So we're using that artificial intelligence in the mining space as a division, as part of ESCO, to provide that to our customers. So it has transformed how our customers can, again, scale up and clean up.
Yeah. I want to go through just a couple of these images that I have. Okay, we talked about this one. This is back in the 30s. And then let's talk a little bit about this, because you actually might have a demonstration too, a little bit. But I mean, so what kind of walk me through the scale and some of the tools that your equipment uses?
For sure, yeah. So what you see in this image, and by the way, this is some of our latest technology, promotional. What's barely off the photo is what we'll call a cable shovel.
Okay.
And you're talking about something there that is 6 stories high, 5 stories high.
Wow.
So it's massive.
It's
scale,
huge. Yeah.
Massive scale. So the red and the green that you see there, actually, as you mentioned, I got to bring a little something here as well.
Yeah.
Something that sits on my desk in the office among some other items, so I can help describe our technology.
Yeah.
Very similar to what you see in the photo there. But this is an attachment with what's called ground engaging tools. ESCO is the global leader in this. We have over 50% market share around the world, and that's not by accident. It's because of 2 things. We have the best technology, and we have what we call customer intimacy. We are close to our customer. So in an operation like you see in this image, we would have our folks at the mine site working with our customer to understand what the challenges are they're facing at that mine site, and how our technology can help them be more efficient and do all those things that I talked about, be more efficient, use less energy, etc. You think about a mine is kind of like a factory, but it's outdoors, it's constantly changing,
Right.
and there's a lot of variables coming at our customers.
Yep.
And I'm sure a lot of folks will look at this and say, "Well, hey, Sean, come on now. What's so challenging?"
I've seen those all over.
I see. I go to the side of the road and I see them digging a trench. You do, and we can make something that small. It's possible, but primarily what we make are things at a much larger scale. So again, as I mentioned, just in this photo, something along this line you could drive a bus into.
Okay.
An average one or two. If your backyard pool would fit into
Wow.
one of these buckets that we make. And the technology is out there in a couple ways. If you look at these ground engaging tools, again, you might say, hey, it's a piece of steel. I get it. We employ some of the best metallurgists in the world. They're right here in Portland. And what you come up with is metallurgy, a specific type of metallurgy that does two things. It wants to make things hard and it wants to make them tough. And a lot of times, most of the time, those two qualities will work against each other.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
The harder you make something, a lot of times the more brittle it is, and it may want to break. And the tougher you make something, so it doesn't want to break, then it may not be as hard. You want to do the best of both, and that's where our metallurgy comes into play. That our secret sauce, if you will, is that we're the best at the industry of making it hard and making it tough. It doesn't want to wear, and it doesn't want to break for our customers. And every application, as you see in this photo, is slightly different.
Yeah.
And so we want to design specifically for that application to make it the best for that site. That's the customer intimacy piece that I was talking about. So what we do is we work really close with our customers, understand their challenges at that site, and design a product for them that will optimize their performance for that mine. And that's what ESCO has been doing for decades. That's what we're going to do for decades to come. And now you talk about artificial intelligence on top of that to watch this system very closely and provide that real-time feedback so that this is always working at optimal performance for our customers.
Mining is not a cheap endeavor
No,
necessarily. And, you're talking about ways to make things more efficient, to try and cut down on costs. Do you think that's something that, as you look at the future, is going to be even more important?
Absolutely. As I mentioned, the world wants more ore to come out. But let's be honest, nobody wants a mine near them in most cases. Right?
Yeah.
And I get that. So you have to get more out of where you are. So if we can make our technology more efficient for our customers, it doesn't necessarily need cheaper, but it'll last longer. We talk about total cost of ownership. Right? It's no different than you can buy a car for less money than some cars, but if it breaks down all the time, it really doesn't cost you much less anyway.
No,
so
that's
what
true.
you want is total cost of ownership, and that's what we focus on. That what we can provide our customers to make sure that ours will, like I said, last longer, be more efficient, use less energy, because if you last longer and you can dig better, you're using less power in the shovel. And it might sound small, but if you think
it's
of
important
a mine,
in the end. Yeah.
a mine never shuts down. It's a
Right.
factory that wants to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And when a mine shuts down, it's very expensive for our customers. So you will not shut down ever because of us. That's kind of our promise to our customers. And by doing that, we can help bring down the cost to our customers and allow them to be even more efficient at the sites where they already are, so they can get more ore out of the mines that already exist.
How many different customers or operations do you serve right now?
It's in the hundreds.
Hundreds?
Absolutely
Okay,
hundreds.
yeah.
As I mentioned, we are on every continent.
Yeah.
We are across multiple countries in Africa, all across South America. We are in Australia. We're in Indonesia. We're in China. We're obviously in the United States. We're in Canada, Mexico. So it's hard to find a place where we are not.
Where you
right
aren't.
now.
Yeah. How much travel do you have to do?
Quite a bit for myself.
Yeah.
It takes to get out, to see the customers, to see the teams. I'll be on a flight this Saturday morning, leaving the country again. But I enjoy getting out there. I enjoy seeing the teams. I enjoy working with the customers to understand their challenges and help us design products that suit their needs.
We talked about this a bit earlier, but ESCO has been in Portland, for so many years. What do you kind of think the legacy is of the company here?
And maybe I'll answer the question this way. When I went to work there and started there a few years ago, one of the things that blew me away, Todd, was when you talk about legacy, there's so many people there whose fathers and mothers work there.
It's kind of a generational.
Whose cousins work there.
Right.
Brothers. It's really amazing, and it tells you a lot about a company. And what it impressed upon me is it really said what the company matters to those families, but it has strong values. And that's one of the things that we lean on very hard within ESCO is that we have strong values. When I think about a company that's 113 years old right here in Portland, I'm humbled by it. I'm humbled that I had the opportunity to work with a great team, and we all recognize that our job is to make sure that this company's here 113 years from now. We're standing on the shoulders of men and women who have built this company. That's an awesome responsibility that we have to continue to grow the company, grow it profitably so we can continue to employ right here in Portland, but do it with the right values. We really, really latch on to how we think about things and how we make decisions. We think about safety first, that we always take care of our employees. We think about delighting our customers, aiming high, doing the right thing, and respecting each other. Those aren't just words. Those are the values that help guide our decisions. And that, when you think about a legacy, that's what you want to move on, is a great company that's bedrocked in values so that there's another generation that gets to stand on our shoulders.
You talk about another generation, or you said men and women. Traditionally, I would think mining was a pretty male-dominated field. But I would guess that has changed quite a bit over the years.
Yeah, it sure has.
Yeah.
And it's changed not only for our customers, and more so in some regions than others.
Sure, I mean, it is a global.
But it's changed within Weir and ESCO. And we, the way I kind of always look at it is this. I want everyone who comes to ESCO to go as far as their ambitions and their talents can take them. That there shouldn't be any reason for that stops anybody. If they have the talent and they have the ambition, they can go as far as they want within ESCO and within Weir. And that's kind of my promise to employees. So myself and the whole leadership team, we're really vigilant at making sure that we have an environment that allows that to happen for all of our employees.
Sean, anything else you want to kind of add about ESCO? Or, thanks for coming by for a quick conversation, but if there's anything else you want to talk about with the company, we'd love to hear it.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Todd, for having me.
Yeah.
We are so proud to be part of the Portland family. My wife and I have really, really enjoyed living here, and we're still having explored everything that we can.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And, like I said, I'm just proud that we can help build a company that, there'll be someone doing a podcast decades from now and talking about how what a strong company it is and how it's part of the community and wants to give back to the community.
Sean, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Todd.